Okay. Let's get into it. This is the first edition of Stalking Stocks Sunday, where I am going to go over the stocks that I've been looking at, the stocks that I've been stalking to get into. Uh, I've been watching them as they go up, watching them as they come down, trying to get the right position. And let's go into it. My name is Barry. What I do is trade stocks and options. I'm really a technical trader, so I'm really key on the technical analysis because it seems like even with the news, when things happen in the news, somehow technically it happens on the chart, and it always lines up with well, not always, but it's a high probability that it'll line up with something technically on the chart. So let's talk about this first stock called SoundHound AI. I've been watching this stock for a while. What I'm gonna do is clear this chart, and I'm gonna show you what I see, and I'll show you where I've been buying in and selling it. So right now, this is a weekly chart. This is a weekly chart, and don't worry about none of these lines. These are called moving averages. I'm not going to speak on those as much. That's because that's for a whole nother video. I have to break it down. Don't worry about this stuff down here. This is called the relative strength index, the RSI. Like, all these are separate videos. What we're going to talk about is just the stock and the chart. What we're looking at on the chart. So this is a weekly chart. This is a weekly chart, which means each candlestick represents 1 week of price action. Like, this is 1 week. This is 1 week. Let me zoom in. This is 1 week. This is 1 week, 1 week. Okay. So when I'm looking at a chart, I'm looking at what it's been doing weekly. I start off looking at weekly, and I like to go look at the low. The weekly low is 93 cents, right? And that was up here. You can see all the details about each candlestick. So once I go down here and hover over this candlestick, let me zoom in. If I hover over this weekly low up here, to tell me everything about it. So this was on December 19th, 2022. So right now, today is June 25th. So about 6 months ago, it was at 93 cents. So 6 months, fast forward 6 months later, this stock is at $3.66. All right. Now, if you go back even further, 5/2/22. So it took a month for it to, now it took 5 months to go all the way down here to 93 cents. So this is probably when the stock first opened up. This is a fairly new company. So this is the when it first began in the stock market. Okay. It started out at $18.14, held up for that week, went up and down, and then that next week it started to fall off. Came all the way down to 93 cents. I wish I would have been looking at it here, but I started looking at the stock around $1.50, maybe $2.50. This is when I start sending a message to my homeboys. Hey man, watch this stock. It's only like $2. It's only like $2.25. It's gonna be one of those stocks, in the years to come. It's probably gonna be one of those double digit stocks for sure. So this is when I started looking at it at this major support area right here. So around this range where it come down, then start to come up, then come back down, then come back above it, come back down, hit it again, come back above it. So I started looking at it around then. I'm gonna turn that green. I mean, color code type of person. So I know green that's buy. When I see green, I'm thinking, okay, it's time to buy. So I turn that green. So this is the weekly chart, right? So what I'll do is, here is where you see the price action. So anytime I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, this is $3.47. I'm looking all the way over here, and that's telling me where I am on the price action. Okay, so we know this is a low of 93 cents. So I'm gonna put my cursor right here around this area. I ain't trying to get it perfect. 86 cents is fine, and I'm going to put my line around right here. I'm making a trend line, and I'm going to change this color to that, make it a little thicker. And what that's doing is telling me from this low, it went up, came back down, boom, hit the trend line, went up, came back down, boom, riding that trend line, and it's growing from that trend line. So it has not broken trend. So what this is telling me is that it is on an uptrend. It's getting ready to keep going up. This swing high right here, this is the high. It hadn't been this high yet. This is the only high that you see. Besides back here, it went up this high. So what I would do is look up there, look up here to get my information. And if you can see that H, 497 was the high. So what I'll do is make me another trend line, click right there, and I would put it on as many touches as I can. And when I say touches, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So boom, let me highlight it. So it went up here, boom, got rejected, came back down, hit this trend line, stayed up under this 50-day moving average. We'll talk about moving averages later, but that's the 50-day moving average. It stayed under there, boom, and it held this trend, but boom, it went back up to there, came back down, went back up, boom, it broke out of this trend. Okay, so that's very bullish. Bullish mean that the stock is on a good uptrend. It's picking up strength. Okay, so what I would do next, since it's broken this trend line, I will find another support area. And as I see right here, and this is still the weekly chart. So all this is pretty strong. You know, this is pretty strong information. The farther you go back, like if it's holding a weekly trend line, this is a weekly trend line, and it's trading above all these moving averages on the weekly chart, it's in a strong uptrend. Okay, so what I would do now is copy and paste. I would duplicate that line, bring it up, and put it here. And the reason I put it there is because this was a point of resistance. If we look here, resistance, this whole little area was a point of resistance. If you can see that touch, that touch, that touch, that touch, this touch, then this touch right here, that was big because it hit a trend line and resistance, but now it's holding that support. So let me remove this. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there because that kind of tells me when it comes back here, I know I need to be looking to buy around that area. Let me erase it, remove that drawing. So now what I'll do is go to the daily chart. Now this is the daily chart. It's going to show more information. Each candlestick equals 1 day. Each candlestick equals 1 day. So it was building up strength, then boom, it broke out of that it broke through this trend line, which means it's on a strong uptrend. So what I'm expecting it to do is come down and retest this trend line at around $3. So at $3, I'll be looking to buy some more. It could come through and break this trend line and hit 275. I'll be looking to buy some more there too. So $3 and 275 is where I'm looking to buy in. If it continues to go down, I'll be looking at this support right here. Hold on. Let's do this. Remove that. Let's just duplicate it and bring it up here. Boom. Or actually here first. And all that is major support. Why is that major support? Let me show you. Okay, so we got this area right here. Boom. Touches. This area right here. Boom. Touches. This area touches. So it's been touching these areas so many times. And anytime you get a lot of touches in one area, you can consider that as major support. And that's where I buy off. I buy in at major support. Okay. With this stock being such a new stock, I don't like to trade it because it's easily manipulated, because it's so cheap. But I do buy in. This is the kind of stock that you want to start accumulating for long holds. So what I'm expecting Sound to do in the near future to come down to this area. I made this blue. When I make something blue, that's an area that I'm really looking at when I make it blue. And this is going to be my first. This is called a 21-day moving average. So if you can see what it's been doing on with the 21-day moving average, if you come back, when it goes up, it comes down, bounce off the 21-day, goes back up, gets rejected, come back, bounce off the 21-day. If it breaks through, it used the 21-day as resistance a little bit. Boom, get rejected, came back down, got rejected. But then once it starts to get over it, boom, bounces off of it. You know, bouncing off of it. That's the 50-day. Got rejected. bounced off this major trend line. So I'm looking at bounce points. So the 21 day will be my first point of interest to buy in. And then this area most definitely, actually since the 50 day, well, what we'll do is just make this bigger. Gonna activate it. We're gonna make this area bigger. And this is the point where I want to start buying in. This is 325, 290. That's the area I'll start buying in. 325, 290. And if it comes down more to this trend line area, most definitely buy more. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving any financial advice. What I'm doing is just showing you how to perform in the stock market, showing you good areas of confluence to buy in. You know, especially this is the RSI. This is the relative strength index. Tells how much strength is going into the stock or coming out of the stock. This is the MACD. Kind of does the same thing, but in a different way. So with the RSI pointing down like this on the daily chart, it's letting me know that we got some more room to the downside. So tomorrow is Monday. What I'm looking for is this stock to open up and maybe come down here and break and start to fall over the week. I'm looking for probably 3 good red days, especially since the market is falling. We got the market. This ain't the right chart, but I could pull up the QQQs, the tech sector, and show you how it's falling, but we want to stay focused, so we on sound right now. This video went a little longer than I expected, but let me tell you one more time what I'm expecting sound to do tomorrow is probably come up and test this resistance right here, this high. Boom. Get rejected in this area and start to come back. And it might play around in this area for a little bit before it comes down and retest this trend line. But I'm expecting it to retest this trend line. And what I have my alert set. So how I set my alerts is right click and create alert. And then I'll put below 347 or below 350. Once it start coming down below that, it'll let me know. Right now it's at 366. Once it start breaking 350, it got a chance to come down into the $3, 325 range, my buy-in area where I'm looking to buy. So I'll set me some alerts right in here. Right click, create alert, 315. Boom. So if it start to fall in there, it'll send me a text message. Hey, sound is at 315. Maybe you want to check it out. So that's how we're going to do with sound. That's how I'm looking at sound. Okay, the next stock I want to look at, it's a hot stock, man. I don't know. It hadn't been talked about as much, though. And this stock has some history on it. It goes back pretty far. It's not a new stock. Like if I go to the time frame and I go back let's go back 5 years on the weekly chart. As you can see, it goes back a while. And the 5 year high is 1428. Then it dropped down and made a lower high, 13. Then it came all the way down from there. But from $1.80, it's been moving up. It's been moving up from there. And with this AI boom, with the talk about AI, this stock, Duos, DUOS Technologies Group, ticker symbol DUOT, it's been going crazy lately. So I've been looking into buying this. So let's clear this chart and let's talk about it on this Stalking Stock Sunday. All right, and if you're getting any value from this so far, or if there's anything that I need to break down more, drop it in the comments. Let me know if you want to understand support and resistance and trend lines better. If you want to understand the indicators more, or whatever. If you got any questions, drop it down in the comment. If you understanding this, if this technical analysis is helping you and you kind of get it, if you trade stocks, drop some money bags down in the comment. So yeah, let's get into it. So, all right, let's go back to the weekly chart. Each candlestick equals a week. This week it's been going up. Every week it's been going higher, except right here it came down, which is a normal pullback. What stocks do when they run up, they come down, run up. So I'm expecting it to come down and test this area. So I'll draw me some support lines right here. Okay. Why will I draw support right there? Because You got this area all the way back here. It bounced off of it and went crazy. Then it came down, kind of hooked it, went up a little bit more, came and kind of hooked it, went up a little bit more, dropped through it, hooked it again. So this is a point of confluence. This is a strong area. Then here it was holding that as resistance. Okay, so we're gonna put that blue line right there because I'm really looking at that area as a buy-in area. So what I'll do, set my alert. The stock has been going crazy, man. Boom. So once it come back down to $6, once it break that area, it'll let me know. And what I'll do again is, once again, make me a trend line. And it could possibly come down here and form what they call a head and shoulders pattern, and then take off from there, or come back down, form a big head and shoulders. So you just gotta pay attention and know when to buy in, because if you chase this move up, you could get lucky and it could just shoot up. You could go crazy, but it's more likely to, like it hit right here. If you look at it, I would draw me a line. Let's copy and let's duplicate this, take it up, boom, to that area. Let's make it red to indicate that that's a sell area. You look at here, boom, boom, boom. This is where it gets to and gets stuck and falls, come back down and breaks through, fall from here, come back down, haven't broke through yet. Haven't broke through ever since, what's this? We look up there at the top left corner, February 15th, 2021. It has not been over, what is this price? $7.18. Okay. So what I'm looking for is it to come back down and retest this area right here. That area. And let's duplicate that. This area. Why am I picking this area? Because boom, boom. It closed right here. Got rejected. Came down, got rejected. And I'm sure if we go back some more, as you can see, here, all in this area. And actually this area too. I'll put a line right there. Green line. Make that green. And what we call this is major support. This is a major support. Some people might call it demand zone. This is the buy-in area. So if it starts to break through this blue line, I'll start looking to buy in around that area. I'll start looking to buy in around this area. Here, the blue line, and then the rest of my shares in here. If it comes down even more, we looking at some major drawdown. And I don't think that'll happen unless they get some terrible news, which is very possible. And what I do is put a gold line. I put that as the gold area. Like, ooh, you better get you some. That's the area where you want to make sure. If it comes in there, you better load up. We're going to duplicate it. And that's that gold. So if it breaks my first buy-in area, if it breaks through, we buy more in here. We load up in here, and then we wait. So once it starts to go back up, we good. All right, so let's check it out on the daily chart and see what we're working on a daily chart. Boom. Actually, let's go back to the weekly, and so you got this high right here, high right there, kind of double topped and went down like crazy. So let's take this swing high, and we're gonna draw another line like this. And what this is an ascending wedge. This formation right here is called a ascending wedge. And normally those are bearish. Those say that the market is that the stock is finna make a move down. So when you got this ascending wedge forming, but it broke through it. So what I'm expecting is it to come retest this area and come back through it and build up some more steam and break back through it and start trading up in here and stand on this trend. So that's what I'm expecting. So we'll be paying attention to it. I'll keep watch. Actually, let me set my alert up here just in case it might keep going. It might not come back and retest this line, because like I say, this stock has been going crazy. But this is not an area where I would buy in it because it's too high already. It might keep going. If it keeps going, I look for a pullback. Boom, let it come retest this $6, or it might come back down. But I'm really looking to get in at $6. $5.50, $6 first, and then if it started to come down, $5, $4.50 area. So that's where I'm looking at for duos. So if you're getting anything out of this, man, please click that like button. Drop some money bags down in the comments if you understand it. If you're not really understanding it, drop down what you want what you want me to do a video on. I got you. So that's how we're gonna wrap it up. So my two stocks, first stock is ticker symbol DUOT. That's a good stock to start looking out for. Why are we looking out for? Because it's making higher highs and higher lows. It's on an uptrend. It has broken a trend that it has not broken since February 2023. February 6, 2023 has been trying to break that trend. Boom, it came back down. So now we're stalking it. We're stalking this stock to see if it's going to come down and break that low of $6.38. Boom. And we're looking forward to come down to $6 and retest this trend line and start making another trend. So $6 for me, for duos, is my buy-in point. This area right here. And if it breaks back into this trend, my next buy-in point is $5.50. So we doing it in 50-cent increments. If it break down some more, $5, $4.50, $4, $3, So, but I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything up here around the $7 range, $6.75. None of that. It has to come down to $6 for me to buy anything. And this is the stock. This stock is on fire. It's starting to go up. It's been getting some news, but it's not got that news. Like it's been quiet. It hadn't been talked about like some of the other big stocks, such as Palantir. Palantir is another one I'm looking at. If you want to see the technical analysis on Palantir, drop it down in the comments. Plug is another one I'm looking at. If you want to see the technical analysis on Plug, we got what else we looking at? Beam, Riot, Coin. I'm looking at a lot of them. AI, this is a big one I've been looking at. I was telling my homies about this one when it was down here at 19. It shot up to 48. So I've been stalking this one for a while. The chart is dirty. I gotta clean it off. I gotta clear it. Sometimes it get too messy. But I can read it. But if I'm trying to explain it to somebody that's new, you won't know what the hell going on. But AI is the ticker symbol. But if you're trying to get into AI, I will most definitely start buying in this range, the $30 range. Then if it comes down, we're looking at 25. I would catch this one in $5 increments if you want to start buying into AI. This is not financial advice. This is just to help you perform better. I'm not a advisor at all, but this is some of the stocks I've been looking at. I've been eyeing NIO as well. NIO is about to get ready to break out. I believe this is a great area to buy in on NIO. It might come down to, let's look at the daily right quick. Do it real quick on NIO. NIO, this is a spot. Yep. Or maybe here. Right there is a good spot to buy in at NIO. Why do I say that? Let me show you. I say that because we got almost a little gap. When stocks have a gap, they get what you call a gap fill. So gap fills always typically get filled. So I will wait for NIO to come right down to like $7.93, $8, and then boom, grab me some. I think I'm gonna do some option trading with NIO. So we'll see. But this is what we're doing. This is Stalking Stocks Sunday. I go by the name Barry the Business. I've been doing this. I trade options, and I'm starting to long hold stocks. I'm pretty good on getting my entries, putting my entries in. So it's time to start sharing this knowledge, sharing this info. If you want to see some videos on option trading, man, drop it down in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe to the vibe. This is what we're finna be doing. Stalking Stocks Sunday, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna go back next Sunday. We're gonna review sound and duos and see where we are, and see if I'll let you know if I got more. I'm gonna let you know where it is. Let me know what you think about this technical analysis. If you understanding it, if you're not understanding it, drop it down in the comment below. Subscribe to the vibe, give me a like. Till next time, peace.